could tell when it's Tokyo, it's all heat. Don't ride in the back, jump in the front seat. By the end of the night, she gon' love me. She don't even know me, she wanna hug me. It's a vision, little baby, I'm moving cozy. Most solid in the game, he can't fold me. How you do it, it's so fluid, let's get to it.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Two teams that met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Dances by him. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting.
He's got a man, complete. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Giants 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Giants first down.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's DeVito. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
At the 42-yard line.
$20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Let's go now. 70 Lion, 60 Maverick, 60 Mustang 19. Check out.
To the air is DeVito. That ball caught by Slayton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw is DeVito. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Throwing now, DeVito. Out to his left. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. DeVito going to look to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. Jackson now. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Good footwork at the 30. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Hey, middle.
Now it's Jackson. They got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, first and 10 at the 36. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
At the 32-yard line.
Now it's DeVito. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's DeVito. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Ready, break. Here we go, set. Liking 18. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Steps away to his left. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Jackson will throw again. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he stopped immediately there. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's into the clear again. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
2nd and 2. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just...
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the